New videos every day. Psyche Truth. Life, wisdom.
Hi, my name is Mira Hoffman, and I'm going over my top 50 moves for the back, for massaging the back. And this is video number 3 in our 8-part series, so make sure you favorite it so you can follow along. In the last video, we really focused on the low back, and in this video, we're going to focus more in the neck. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just almost like a cat picking up her kitten. I'm just kind of picking up the muscles alongside the neck and really melting into those meaty parts. So I do this a couple times just because it feels really nice. You can kind of move your fingertips around, searching for those areas that feel like they're tight or tense. And I know some of you really like a lot of pressure. Some of you probably don't like a lot of pressure. And I wanted to know, what side of the fence do you fall on? Leave us a comment. Are you a lots of pressure kind of person? Or a little gentle, pressure-loving person? Do you like to have your knots crunched on, or does that feel like it hurts? Let us know. So that was move 13, and for our 14th move, we're going to release the levator scapula. So levator scapula runs from the vertebra all the way down to this tip of the scapula. And as its name implies, levator or elevator, it helps lift the scapula up. So what we're going to be doing is placing our thumb into the muscle belly, and with our outer hand, we're going to reach down to the bottom edge of the scapula and traction it towards us. When we're done, we'll push it away and down, moving the thumb to a different position on the muscle belly, and then scooping the scapula up towards us. Push down and away to release. Move the thumb, and then pull up towards. So if this is your first time doing the move, maybe just use your thumb and kind of feel around. Don't worry about moving the scapula right now. Just apply pressure onto the meat in the belly of that levator scapula muscle. And you can really work all the way down to the edge of the scapula. This feels really nice if you work at a desk a lot. So I find the neck muscles get tense. And right now I'm kind of working through some of those knots and those crunchy parts. And again, that may not feel comfortable to you, so let us know if you're a lots of pressure person or not so much pressure person. And make sure you let your partner know too. That way they know how much pressure to give you. And I'm just going to use the palm of my hand to kind of flush that area out a little bit more. And give a nice broad pressure. So in a similar vein, we were kind of working along this muscle belly, the levator scapula. We're going to come and work on the rhomboids. Now the rhomboids attach to the spine, and the shoulder blade, the inner edge of the shoulder blade, the scapula. So we're going to come to the opposite side and placing the thumb of the upper hand on the inner edge of the shoulder blade, we're going to rock the arm towards us. And if you're giving, you'll start to feel there's like some little knots and crunchy spots with these attachments. That's totally fine. You can pick the thumb up and move it a little bit lower down. And as you place the thumb, after you've gotten a good place, you're going to want to rock the shoulder towards you. So using your bottom hand to scoop outside of the shoulder. Really working all the way down the length of that shoulder blade. Corey, how's this pressure feeling? She said it feels awesome. And you can notice there's kind of almost like a little jerking when we hit those crunchy spots. They kind of want to pop a little bit. And that's okay as long as it feels good to your receiver. And then working our way back up. Even come back up the top of that shoulder blade, focusing a little bit more on levator scap. And then again, I just like to kind of palm out, just to release that area. So we worked on sort of the inner edge of the scapula. Now we're going to work on top of the scapula and some of these outer muscles here, such as infraspinatus and teres, minor and major. So for this move, you're going to make a light fist, and you're just going to place it into the shoulder, and applying pressure downwards. So into the table, but also outwards a little bit. So you can notice my whole hand is starting to move towards the outside of her shoulder. This feels really nice. It helps release the back of the shoulder, part of the rotator cuff, which helps rotate the shoulder. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this move, this massage stroke, all the way out the table. So now we're coming off the back of the shoulder blade, more just onto the deltoid. I'm going to work it all the way down till I come out to the table. You can see how this area is a little bit more pink now, starting to get some blood flow and release that area. If you want, you can do that move again, getting a little bit more comfortable with how that feels. Just moving nice and slowly, because again, we're still not working with any lotion or oil yet. So everything's going to want to tend to grip or drag a little bit. And working out the deltoid all the way to the table. And the next move that I'm going to show you is called subscap. So we worked on the upper edge of the scapula, the inner edge, on top of it. And now we're going to try and work underneath it. So subscap as you think, sub, underneath. So you're going to come to this outer border of the scapula. And we were working on sort of all these muscles that help rotate the shoulder. And subscap helps rotate the shoulder as well. but you're going to want to come from up and underneath. So using your thumbs, you can just kind of palpate or feel like if you come too high, you're going to feel the edge of the shoulder blade. So right now I'm on the edge of the shoulder blade. I want to come up underneath that. And you can use one of your hands to help traction the shoulder blade down. And that, just like we were showing before, is going to help apply more pressure. Help open up that area a little bit more intensely. Now, if your partner is very sensitive, or maybe doesn't like as much pressure, maybe this upper arm's just sitting here, it's not even really pulling. But if your partner's bigger, or they enjoy a lot of pressure, you can use that upper hand to really traction back towards you. And again, we're moving just a little bit each time. Really sinking in. Trying to work our thumb underneath that scapula into the subscap. And then palming or thumbing out. Just kind of saying goodbye in that area. And then we're going to come and start the same thing for the other side. So coming all the way up to the neck. Almost like a mama cat is grabbing her kitten. We're going to use our hands to pick and pull the neck muscles. They're really feeling for the most meaty part. And making your fingers soft. So this is one of the things that I always try and remind people is I don't want my fingers to just be hard and I'm just trying to jam them into her neck. That's not the point. It's not going to make the muscles want to relax. What we want to do is we want to scoop them and say, hey, I see that you're feeling hard. I'm going to apply a little bit of gentle pressure, but firm. So it's not like I'm trying to take a pickaxe through the muscles. It's more like constant, steady pressure. That little bit of gentleness to it allows the muscles to relax. They don't feel like they're fighting you. And come all the way down the base of the neck. And out the top of the shoulders. We'll come to release the levator scap. So using the top hand to melt the thumb into that muscle belly. And the bottom hand, you're kind of rocking to and away. So pulling towards me. And then rocking away. So earlier we talked about preference for pressure, and I'm curious what y'all think. Do you think I'm a deep tissue gal, or a Swedish, more lighter pressure person? I want to hear y'all's best guesses, and then I'll get online and answer. I'll let you know what kind of pressure that I like. And we're going ahead and already starting to transition to working on those rhomboid muscles, so the inner side of the scapula. And I'm going to switch hands here so I can scoop with one hand outside the shoulder. And then again, just rocking towards you, lifting up the shoulder and letting it come back to the table. Doing this the full length of that inner edge of the scapula. Again, you're seeing that pop there. So if you're new, you're getting confused, just use both of your thumbs and just press along the inside border of the scapula. That rocking creates an intensity to it, but if that's too complicated, or you feel like your hands are getting dyslexic, make it simple for yourself. Just doing this can feel really amazing. You're pretty much getting all the same benefits that you were getting. I'm noticing there's a little tiny knot right here. So kind of just giving that a little bit of extra attention. And working out the top of the shoulder again. Using our palms to say goodbye to that area. And we're going to come and bring a nice loose fist to the outside of the scapula. And just with a nice gentle pressure. And working our way slowly out towards the outer edge of the shoulder. Coming down all the way to the table. And do that just one more time. So nice loose fist. Slowly working towards the outer edge. And then our last move, coming into the subscap. And again, just trying to work those fingers up and underneath the scapula, the shoulder blade. If this is your first time following along and trying this out, maybe just use your thumbs here and not do all the added movement. If you watch this a couple times and you're pretty comfortable with it, you can use one hand or one thumb to apply pressure and use your opposite hand to really drag and pull the shoulder blade back towards you. And just working out top of the shoulders. And for the last and final move in this video, this is absolutely my favorite. We're going to take our elbows and come down the top of the shoulders. So, I'm going to start with the side that I was working on and literally just bringing my forearm about a third of the way down the back. And just like we were doing before, how if we're applying pressure more downwards into the table, it's going to feel deeper. It's also going to make it harder to move. But if you apply it more towards you, or towards the head of the table, you're going to be able to slide a little bit more gently. I'm going to go ahead and just come right off the top of the shoulders. So shifting the pressure a little bit more downwards. And come and do this for the other side. So again, using that nice flat surface, starting towards the bottom edge of the shoulder blade, scooping up towards you, towards the top of the head. And coming off the top of the shoulders. And if you notice your hands starting to stick a little bit, or your elbows starting to stick, you can kind of release the pressure and come back into it. Coming all the way off the top of the shoulders here. And just saying a nice goodbye to the area. Again, my name is Mira Hoffman. Thank you for tuning in. You can find out more about me and my practice at mirahoffman.com. If you have any questions about this video or any videos that we make, please leave us a comment below. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. And subscribe to the Psyche Tooth YouTube channel, where you can find thousands of videos on natural health and wellness. Thank you, and stay tuned for part 4.